Hey, how are you? Welcome back to Who Needs a Superhero by H. Michael Brewer. We are in chapter 14, The Spirit, the Gospel in a Nutshell. This is the last chapter. However, there will be a quiz afterwards. The quiz will be superhero self-quiz. What superpower lurks inside you? Boom, 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 boom. And then the key to then we'll reveal which superhero you are. So let's see. Let's start chapter 14. The Spirit, the Gospel in a Nutshell. What a trip so far! We've visited Krypton, Paradise Island, Asgard. We've survived gamma bombs, cosmic radiation, alien invasions, and even radioactive spider bites. We've stroked and soared alongside swords of superpowered titans. But there are two more heroes yet to visit. We deserve a larger following than any acquired so far. Let's start with Will Eisner's quirky crime fighter from the 1940s, The Spirit. The Spirit debuted for the American public on June 2nd, 1940. He had no powers, no costume, except an overcoat and a domino mask. Actually, the Spirit didn't even have a real comic book. His weekly 7-page adventures were published as an insert in the Sunday newspaper. What the Spirit did offer readers was a style, originally humor, and the creative genius of writer Eisner. Writer and artist Eisner. Professional and discerning fans have appreciated Eisner's work for decades. The Spirit series, reprinted in various formats over the years, is finally being collected in high-quality, hardcore volumes. Beyond the book's artist merits, The Spirit is a personal favorite of mine. For it's the very first story unintentionally presented by the condensed crash course in Christianity theology. Consider the origins of the Spirit himself. Denny Colt is a young, brash criminologist, out to make a name for himself by capturing the notorious international criminal Dr. Cobra. Dr. Cobra. Colt knows where Dr. Cobra is hiding and tips off his friend Dolan, the grizzled police commissioner. But Colt, determined to nab the evil scientist and the reward money on his own, insists on a head start. He follows Cobra's trail through shadowed alleys and underground passages. When he catches up with the masked murderer, Dr. Cobra is adding the final chemical ingredients to an enormous glass beaker filled with bubbling green liquid. As Colt fights to capture the villain, a gunshot shatters the glass globe, and the mysterious concoction drenches Colt, knocking him to the floor. By the time Commissioner Dolan and the police arrive, Dr. Colt has fled, and Denny Colt lies immobilized in green chemical pool. A saddened Dolan calls the coroner, who pronounces Denny Colt dead. Within hours, Colt is interned in the family tomb at Wildwood Cemetery, and Dolan resumes his efforts to capture Dr. Cobra. Some nights later, a mysterious figure enters the commissioner's office through an open window. The intruder hides its face in the shadows and informs Dolan that he intends to bring Cobra to justice before morning. The stranger declines to give his name, identifying himself only as the Spirit. Dolan thinks he recognizes the voice of the mysterious man and tails him when he leaves. Of course, the Spirit turns out to be Denny Colt, back from the dead. The strange formula of Dr. Colt had induced a death-like state, and Denny Colt later awoke in the family crypt. For the time being, he decides to keep his identity a secret, so that Dr. Cobra will not be forewarned of his return. This time, Colt makes good on his promise to apprehend Dr. Cobra. When the crime fighter turns Dr. Cobra over to Dolan, the commissioner asks Colt what he plans to do next. Will he take his sensational story to the papers? No, the Spirit confides. He's now free of the law's constraints, since in the eyes of the law, Denny Colt is dead. The masked man will let his former identity lie. He'll leave Denny Colt dead and begin a new life as the Spirit. He'll devote himself to catching the criminals who escape through legal loopholes, freed from the letter of the law. The Spirit can now fulfill the intention of the law. Okay, so that's the end of the first part. Thank you for tuning in. Also, remember to check out the Bible study I have, we're going over the study guide Monday through Friday at about 8 a.m., between 8 and 9, maybe a little later, depending on when I wake up. So check that out, or check out it on my channel and, backups. We're starting from the first chapter, so that's it. Bye for now. God bless. Love you all. Have a great and wonderful day.